SeerTax is revolutionizing the way corporations prepare their income tax. What's new for 2020 tax returns?
I see big changes on this year's tax forms. Many regulations were also issued. I am curious if SeerTax is ready for this year's tax returns. Hi Seer. How are you doing?
I'm good. I have been busy automating all the tax calculations based on the new regulations and revised forms. How are you?
I'm doing well, but I'm a little concerned about the new tax rules and forms this year. How will you deal with these changes?
We automated everything.
Wow. You are fast. I cannot even keep up with all the changes. Can you tell me what you've done?
Well, we analyzed the final and proposed regulations issued and automated it. Also, we are populating forms automatically based on the new calculations.
Wow. So what are the changes? Can you tell me more about them?
Sure. Let me start with Subpart F and GILTI calculations. We are ready to process Subpart F and GILTI calculations with and without high tax exceptions based on the latest regulations. We also have Subpart F and GILTI calculation reports. It helps our clients review the results easily and be prepared for future audits. Let me tell you a little more about Schedule Q of Form 5471. It will be very painful if you have to prepare these schedules manually. It is really complex. You need to report how Subpart F income and GILTI and non-Subpart F income are calculated in detail. So, unless the form is automatically prepared, you cannot populate the schedule for any of your CFCs until you finish all entities 163J calculations, GILTI inclusions, and Subpart F income calculations.
Oh man. That means our entire tax return will be delayed.
Precisely. But since we automated the form, you don't have to spend time preparing Schedule Q. This alone can save you many hours. You will also need to consider how many Schedule Q you need to prepare. Also, if your company elects the Subpart F and GILTI high tax exception, you will need to calculate each tested unit's effective tax rate, regroup the de minimis tested units for the de minimis rule, and then perform the rest of the Subpart F income calculations for all your CFCs.
Ha. That is a lot of work.
Right. But that's not all. You also need to consider 163J calculations, even before calculating Subpart F and GILTI.
Right. I almost forgot about that.
So, we also automated Section 163J calculations. I will show you briefly what we did with Section 163J calculations. We are supporting Section 163J calculations based on the latest regulations. We also provide comprehensive reports for your review.
That's impressive.
We've been working hard on analyzing new regulations and finding automated solutions for our clients. Now let's also take a look at PTEP maintenance, since that is another time-consuming item. You know, PTEP maintenance became more important after tax reform. We've been maintaining PTEP by U.S. shareholder and corresponding Section 986C calculations. New regulations changed PTEP categories, so we updated it accordingly. PTEP maintenance becomes even more complicated when ownership changes over time. So, we automated the maintenance of PTEP, including the ownership changes.
That is amazing.
Now, let's talk about other form changes.
There's more?
Yes, there are many form changes that will make preparing the forms much more time-consuming.
Jeez.
Many schedules for Forms 5471 and 1118 had been revised. We automated all of them.
That is fantastic. It will save us so much time. You know what? I wasn't even aware of all these changes.
Well, it is difficult to catch up.
I am not sure how I can handle this year's tax returns.
Don't worry. We've got you covered.
Looks like it.
Our calculations and tax return preparations are fully automated. You give us the data. We process it. You can just review and fine-tune it.
Aha. I am glad you are up to date. That will save us time while preparing accurate tax returns. I think it's time for us to work with you. Let's work together. How can I start?
It's super easy. Sign up at www.seertax.com.
Great.
Sign up for a free quote at www.seertax.com.